Alright guys, welcome back to episode 3 of my Manchester United series. This is the mid-season review episode where I go over basically the fixtures from pre-season till now and any transfer activity that has also occurred during that time and give you a brief overview of how the season's gone so far. Alright, so let's get into it. We'll get into the transfers first as that's where I like to start the episode generally. Alright, as you can see, before the August window, or the summer transfer window closed, I brought in two players, both youth players, as I didn't actually need to strengthen the first team too much, well, at all really, because I realised I had two central midfielders that could play for me eventually. So I brought in Omar Rowe, first of all. He was an 18-year-old right and left winger. He's an inside forward that fits with what I'm trying to build here at United, and can play both sides, 20 determination, and he's slowly increasing. Probably want to get him out on loan next season, maybe send him to Leicester. We'll see. The next player was Alexander Bolovic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, Bolovic. He's an 18. He was 17-year-old Montenegrin. Again, another inside forward left winger. Well, he's a left winger. Rowe is actually a right winger. But as you can see, he's very good. He's again got the pace that Rowe has. He's lacking determination, but I'm going to get him a tutor very, very soon. Probably Nani. But he's got 15 heading. Good striker stats, which is what I kind of want for my inside forwards. He can also play up front. So hopefully he turns out really nicely. He's also a bit taller than Rowe, which is, he's a different type of player, whereas Rowe is the smaller, more lethal type player. So both of them were brought in for 6 million each. We let a few players go out on loan, like Michael Keane. I tried to sell Lindegaard, the backup goalkeeper. Schalke came in with a future buy clause for 2.5 mil, so hopefully they actually sign him. I let Rio Ferdinand go for mutual termination of just over 1 million because he started to complain and he hadn't played a game all season. I put Varela out on loan to our feeder club FC Twente, and finally Joel Castro Pereira was let go to FC Basel for 2.5 million, and he is a youth team goalkeeper. So there. As you can see, wasn't that much transfer activity, but we got a little bit done, enough to, warrant me actually showing you guys, I guess. Anyway, fixtures. Things started off very well in the Premier League. 2-1 victory over Southampton. Exactly the way I wanted to start the season. As you can see, Danny Welbeck with a brace. Ricky Lambert getting one late on, but it was only consolation. We then beat Stoke 1-0 away from home, with a Asmir Begovic own goal. Johnny Evans picking up man of the match performance in that game. We then beat Swansea as we returned to home, and Danny Welbeck getting a goal in the 4th minute. We then beat Chelsea 3-1 at home. Very important victory, as you can see. Adnan Januzaj getting a brace, Carrick with a penalty, and Eto with a goal late on for Chelsea. Our Champions League group consisted of Marseille, Ajax, and Napoli. And as you can see, we drew 0-0 with Marseille at home. No goals. Phil Jones, man of the match in that one. We then beat Liverpool 2-0 in the Premier League once again. Juan Mata and Javier Hernandez, with Evra getting sent off. Capital One Cup against Newcastle was up next. 2-1 victory in extra time, as you can see. Ryan Giggs getting a penalty. Then Javier Hernandez getting our second before Papi Cisse got one back for Newcastle in extra time, of course. We then returned to Premier League action, but could only get a draw against Aston Villa at Villa Park. Danny Welbeck opened the scoring, and Ashley Westwood got one fairly late on for Villa. We then lost to Ajax in the Champions League in Holland at the Amsterdam Arena. Danny Welbeck getting our only goal for us. They got one late on and one early on, and Evra got sent off again for 2 yellows. We ended up beating Arsenal 3-1 at home, which was a little bit hard for me to take considering I'm an Arsenal fan. But Danny Welbeck with a brace, Javier Hernandez with a penalty, and Mesut Ozil with a goal late on for Arsenal. We then couldn't follow up with two Premier League victories, and we drew 1-1 with Hull away. Very disappointing game, I have to say. Tom Huddleston playing in the centre of defence, got man of the match, which is, really surprising. Jelavic got one for Hull before Januzaj got one 2 minutes later for us. We then beat Napoli 4-2 away from home. Dries Mertens getting a brace for Napoli. Vidic a brace for Januzaj, and a 89th minute goal for Wayne Rooney got us a victory there. We then lost 1-0 to Newcastle in the Premier League. Ben Arthur with a brace and Juan Mata getting our goal in that game. We then beat Fulham 2-0 in the Capital One Cup 4th round. Juan Mata and Januzaj getting our goals. Norwich, boring 0-0 draw match in the Premier League before we did the reverse fixture against Napoli, which we actually won in the same scoreline. As you can see, Higuain picked up a brace. Johnny Evans picked up a brace for us, which is surprising. Javier Hernandez and Danny Welbeck also on the score sheet, and another 4-2 victory over probably the strongest team in the group apart from us, Napoli, but we beat them both times, which is really good. And then returned to Premier League action and beat Crystal Palace 2-0. Juan Mata and Johnny Evans getting our goals before we faced Cardiff and got another boring 0-0 draw. Lost to Marseille 3-1 away from home. As you can see, Yousefi and Andre Ayew with a brace. Then Percy getting our only goal, but it was a bit late. A 1-1 draw with West Ham at home. Kagawa getting our goal, Winston Reid getting theirs. Everton was up next, a 4-3 victory. I'm pretty sure this was a comeback victory, actually. Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. It was a comeback for Everton, but it was too little too late. Romelu Lukaku picking up a hat-trick. Vidic, a brace for Jones, and Welbeck also on the score sheet for us. 1-1 draw with Fulham away from home at Craven Cottage. Rincon for Fulham and Nani for us. We then beat Ajax 5-1 at home, which is a pretty decent result, which sent us through to the next round. Vidic, Nani, a brace for Marta, and one for Hernandez. We then faced West Brom and beat them 1-0 in the Premier League, the only goal coming from Nemanja Vidic in the 6th minute of the game, before we lost to Arsenal in the Capital One Cup quarterfinal, 3-1, Flamini, Kandriva and Giroud, and Van Persie getting an early goal, actually the opening goal for us. We then played the Manchester Derby at home against City and could only get a 1-1 draw. As you can see, Juan Mata opened the scoring. Fernandinho got a penalty, then got sent off 3 minutes later, but we couldn't capitalise on a 10-man City. We then got destroyed by Tottenham in the league away from home. As you can see, Adebayo with a hat-trick and Vertonghen with a hat-trick, so that was 4-0 on us. We also couldn't beat Sunderland as we got a 0-0 draw with them before we actually bounced back at home with a 2-0 victory over Stoke. Johnny Evans, Danny Welbeck and Phil Jones did get a red card in that one. We lost the FA Cup 3rd round to Birmingham, basically because of our own player, Federico Macheda. He had a fairly outstanding game, got man of the match, coming off the bench. Butner got an own goal, and then Macheda punished us in the 85th minute. I decided to give him another contract after that, as it was running out at the end of the season. We then beat Southampton 2-0 away from home, with a brace from Danny Welbeck, very impressive stuff. We then had an amazing comeback against Swansea. As you can see, Bonnie opened the scoring. Marta then got one back for us. Michu got two back for Swansea, so it was 3-1 at that stage. Danny Welbeck got another one, so it was 3-2. Raphael had been sent off during that time as well. And yeah, from then on we actually dominated. I was playing with three at the back, but that wasn't working. That was when they started scoring the goals. So I decided to bring on Valencia into the right back slot. Took Nani off as he was playing really poorly. And yeah, started to dominate from there. Marta was absolutely pulling the strings in midfield in that advanced playmaker spot. And yeah, got our goals from Welbeck. From Smalling and Hernandez actually. And yeah, we got all 3 points there. Very impressive. And we've just, in the final game I played, beat Liverpool 3-1. Hernandez, Nani and a Juan Marta penalty. 2 man-of-the-match performances for Marta in a row. Of course, we have Chelsea in the next game. We have also drawn Barcelona in the Champions League first knockout round. So that is really devastating because it's going to be extremely tough to get past them. The Premier Division, or the Premier League, looks like this currently. As you can see, myself and Arsenal are tied on points currently, 47 points. Chelsea are coming first, 1 point ahead of both of us. And of course we have Chelsea in the next game. So a win there could potentially put us above Chelsea. But it is very, very tight at the top, well, the top three anyway. Everton currently trail in fourth, 4 points behind myself, and City are currently 6 points behind, but both Everton and City have played a extra game, so all three top teams have a game in hand over them, and we've kind of solidified ourselves as the top three this season. So yeah, guys, that's basically it for the end of this episode. I will bring you an end of season roundup review type thing coming in the next episode. So if you've enjoyed this episode, guys, please leave a like rating and also a favorite if you could. If you're enjoying these episodes, head to my channel and subscribe to keep up to date with them. You'll be notified in your sub box when a new episode is out. Head over and check out my AS Monaco series if you are waiting for episodes or anything like that, guys. And apart from that, guys, just take it easy and chill out.